trust in every man in this room.
Are you serious with this guy? How about Justin Watson?
Champion your life. A simple phrase, but those three words sum up what the University of Pennsylvania and its student body and athletes have been doing for over 2 centuries of molding tomorrow's leaders. Over its history, the university has also produced many distinguished alumni. These include 8 signers of the Declaration of Independence, 12 signers of the United States Constitution, 14 heads of state, including 2 U.S. presidents and 25 billionaires, the most of any university in the world at the undergraduate level. On the gridiron, Penn has 23 college football Hall of Famers, and 78 of its players have signed NFL contracts. Former Penn players like John Heisman and John Outland are remembered each year with the presentation of the Heisman Trophy to the most outstanding college football player of the year, and the Outland Trophy to the most outstanding college football interior lineman of the year. Chuck Bednarik, most commonly known as Concrete Charlie, is probably the most famous of the Penn football alumni who played linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles and was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. When an individual is on a path to champion their life and is surrounded by others with the same mindset, well, championships and the bling that goes with it are served up.
For the 2nd straight year, the Penn Quakers are going to be Ivy League champions.
Since 2009, Penn has won 5 titles, with 2 championships coming in the last 3 years.
The Penn Quakers are 44 seconds away for an Ivy League championship.
The 2017 campaign sent off the senior class with a lot of personal and team accolades. 14 University of Pennsylvania football players have been named All-Ivy at the conclusion of the 2017 season.
Here comes Vecchio, and he drops him for a sack.
Huge play by Vecchio coming off. That was just relentless.
Senior wide receiver Justin Watson should be the 79th Penn player to sign an NFL contract, and is one of only 6 wide receivers nationally to earn AP All-American honors.
Fisher Colbury double pumps, delivers, end zone, Watson makes the catch.
A 3-time first-team All-Ivy selection, Watson rewrote Penn's record books during his storied career and capped his tenure with the red and blue in historic fashion.
Fisher Colbury down the seam for Watson. He's got it. Touchdown, Penn. He's caught a touchdown in every single game this season.
Watson set a new Penn single-season record with 14 receiving touchdowns. Watson also set a new Ivy League record for consecutive games with a touchdown reception, becoming the first Ivy League player with at least 1 touchdown reception in all 10 games of a season.
Watson has a step and the score!
Man-to-man coverage on the All-American. You cannot put Justin Watson on an island. He will get off of it in a hurry.
Along the way, Watson became the first player in Ivy League history to catch a pass in 40 consecutive career games. Another offensive standout was 2-time first-team All-Ivy offensive lineman Nathan Kirchmeier, one of 2 linemen to play all 667 snaps this season. Kirchmeier started all 10 games at center for the 2nd year in a row. He led the Quakers with 69.5 knockdowns and 4 pancake blocks while making the calls for an offensive line that allowed 13 sacks over 10 games and blocked for the second leading rushing attack among Ivy programs.
But he got some help by the center, Nathan Kirchmeier. You can see pulling and the big boy rumbling down the field. And then who else to come lay another block? Justin Watson.
With two talents like these leading the way, the Penn offense, led by offensive coordinator John Reagan, was groundbreaking.
Trey Solomon cuts back. Touchdown.
And breathtaking.
He's got it. Justin Watson with a phenomenal sprawling catch.
Penn's biggest rivalry is Princeton, and the Quakers won the 109th matchup 38-35 in front of a homecoming crowd of nearly 10,000. The final scoring of the day came with just 1 minute 12 remaining when Will Fisher-Colbury found his All-America wide receiver Justin Watson for a 15-yard touchdown.
Fisher-Colbury to the air again. Watson has a step and the score.
It was the last of 8 catches for Watson on a day when he became the program's all-time leader. Jack Soslow nailed the PAT, and that set the margin at 3.
Penn reclaims the lead, but with this Princeton warp speed offense and 1 minute and 12 seconds to go, this game's in diapers.
On the ensuing drive, Princeton then threw a pass that was tipped and picked off by Jiron Walker in front of the Princeton sideline. Game over.
Picked off.
Jiron Walker.
Not so fast. Penn was called for offsides, and Princeton was able to manage the ball to Penn's 13-yard line.
Looking middle, complete argue, gets driven back by Connor O'Brien.
That's a big tackle. They got to use their last timeout.
With 7 seconds left, the Tigers decided to kick a 31-yard field goal and send the game to overtime. Penn head coach Ray Priori took over and called 2 Penn timeouts. Finally, the ball was snapped and the ball was kicked.
The kick from Rice is up, and it's wide right.
Pandemonium switched sidelines. The Quakers were once again victorious over the Tigers.
The greatest formation here in the greatest stadium of college football is the victory formation.
The win over Princeton was Penn's second in the last 3 years, and still alive to claim another title. Playing meaningful games late in the season is something Penn has grown accustomed to as they traveled to Harvard.
You can count on 3 things in life: death, taxes, and Harvard Penn meaning something for a championship.
The Crimson wished they never showed up.
Solomon all the way to the house, 76 yards. Right side, Brooks hurdles a man. He's got the first down. Solomon finds another big hole, and he's got a huge gainer. They keep it to the air this time for Watson. Touchdown, Justin Watson.
Bob Benson, Penn's defensive coordinator, made sure Harvard could not answer.
Throws right side. It's picked off. Intercepted. Connor O'Brien. He won't go anywhere. The ball coughs up. Looks like Penn jumped on it, and they have it again. And he's blasted. Big hit from Jay Cammon. 4th down. Harvard's got to go for it. And it's incomplete. Coverage on the play by Connor O'Brien.
You have to give so much credit to the Penn defense today.
This was the 3rd time Penn played Harvard under head coach Ray Priori. All 3 times, the Red and Blue was victorious, and twice this game led to a championship year. Anchoring the defense was senior defensive lineman Louis Vecchio, a first-team All-Ivy selection for the 2nd year in a row.
Here comes Vecchio, and he drops him for a sack.
Huge play by Vecchio coming off. That was just relentless.
Vecchio led Penn with 8.5 tackles for loss, while tying for tops on the team in sacks.
3rd and 11, and nailed by Louis Vecchio. Hennigan is sacked.
Playing behind Vecchio at linebacker was the Ivy League's leader in tackles, Nick Miller, with 104.
Pressure coming again, and down goes Hill. Nick Miller, the leading tackler for the Quakers, on the delayed blitz.
He registered the most tackles by a Penn player since 1997. Nick was the finalist for the Asa Bushnell Defensive Player of the Year.
2nd and goal. Miller holds him up and down he goes. Here comes Bean. He stood up again. It's Miller. A loss of 1. 4th and goal coming.
Miller was disruptive all season, leading the Ivy League and tied for #1 in FCS with 4 fumble recoveries, while adding 3 sacks, tied for the team lead, and a pair of interceptions, including 1 return for a touchdown.
Suit takes a shot and throws an interception. Nick Miller on his feet, diving, touchdown!
It's individual athletes like these that embody the University of Pennsylvania and continue to build on its storied past. They will become role models, leaders, and heroes. The class of 2017 are already champions on the gridiron 2 times over, but will spend the rest of their days pushing forward, realizing that these past 4 years will have changed their lives forever because they have been a part of something great. And greatness, no matter how brief, stays with a man forever. And they will not forget those 3 words they heard when they first walked on campus. Champion your life.